Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 and mini futures. And right now the structure of the market is in a consolidation. The bias is very neutral, which means my goal as a trader is to identify extremes of this trend range. I want to know where are the boundaries of this range. So I'm going to select the lowest point right here and the highest point right here. Now the range is not really confirmed just yet. Okay, so I'm not going to sell at the top. I would need something below EMA. And we can see that the range is right now getting confirmed. Double tap, so this is a good sign. We're breaking below EMA, so I would consider decent lower high or for second entry long. But there is no lower high at the EMA. By the time you get a lower high here, you have to enter so far down. Weak signal bar, not full at the EMA, so not sufficient enough. We have a failed second entry long right here. New high, highest count. First entry long, pullback, second entry long failure. Now there's a very nice tail at the top. You can see there's a bearish tail indicating reversal, momentum working lower. One tick bullish body is not as significant for us to worry about. The problem is this failed second entry long form after significant push down already happened, which is not what we generally want. We want to catch the move when the move is about to start. I'm going to mark it a little bit more aggressive. It's not a bad trade. It's just it pushed a little bit too far down. In a situation like this, I'm going to treat this mainly as first entry short and expect second entry short, which never came. Break a new extreme, downtrend played out. Okay, downtrend played out. And we are pushing above EMA. Now, here you can see that it's important to draw these key levels as a price action trader, even though you think you can just eyeball it. Because what this is telling me right here is that we are failing to reach the support and we have slight bullish imbalance. There's empty room at the bottom. We are not going all the way down. We bounce in the middle and we're heading all the way to the top. So now because I see bullish imbalance, buyers are stronger, I'm going to pause looking to go short at the top. And I'm mainly going to wait and see what's going to happen. I cannot go long far from the EMA, but I cannot really sell. Market keeps working higher. Okay, we have a break. And a new high, uptrend played out. It's a little bit too early for me to draw wider uptrend. It looks like one leg break, second leg. You would need EMA holding and some high low. That never happened. And we're back below EMA. And now it's getting a little bit choppy, a little bit confusing. I'm not really looking for trades. Everything played out. No bias established just yet. And this is normal. As a trader, you need to be aware that there are these areas on the chart where market structure is just developing and it takes a while for you to gather enough information to assess what is the next structure. So now I know what I'm working with. I'm going to draw downtrend working lower like this because I have more confirmations. You can see it fits pretty well. We're going back down. Okay, we have overshoot, but we created another push down so I can widen it. Overshoot can lead to a break of a trend line or reversal, but you can't even touch the EMA and you already created low that is breaking this low, so I can widen in a situation like this. But followed, we had another overshoot down that acted like overshoot. We have one leg up, break, second leg up. So this is basically looking like overshoot, this to a break. Now we are breaking new high. Can you sell? You cannot sell. Okay, even though our default expectation is to get new low, overshoot can generate stronger pullback, and you definitely see something below EMA, like a lower high or a failed second entry long. None of this is happening, and I can see that the EMA keeps holding and we are retracing too far up. We're retracing too far up, so I'm going to forget about new low. Okay, that can happen. Overshoot, oversold area. It can generate even reversal. So once again, the retracement is too deep. You retrace over 60%. So you have to abandon looking for new low and you have to right now adapt. I was looking for something like this initially, but because we broke it so strongly, I deleted it. And I decided to play more of a channel like this. Another breaking new high. Okay, I'm going to redraw the downtrend working lower. Something like this. If you're playing the tighter channel with the breaking new high, you actually have some decent triple tests. This is a little bit too advanced for novice trader. Where you have one bounce, second bounce, third bounce. Nice bearish bar. At least for a scalp to ride it back to the EMA. Not a bad setup to consider. Small little local triple test. If you are more experienced price action trader, you can consider. You have a downtrend working lower that needs new low according to trendline rule. And we have second entry short. Lowest point right here. First attempt to sell, pull back. Second attempt to sell, great bar. Second entry short. And this was my first trade for the day. One rejection of the EMA, double rejection of the EMA. Great high probability setup. Downtrend needs new low. Great signal bar. Good for a scalp. New low was made. And you're back above EMA. Okay, you're back above EMA. So downtrend played out again. No continuation. Now you have high low. Now, this high low doesn't really confirm much. It's just contextual high low, if that, because you can see everything played out. I was looking personally here for mini second entry long or failed second entry short. I don't think we can go long just yet. Now it's a tempting trade because now you can see, okay, the bias is very neutral, okay? You have no big trending structure, which means trends are short term and they can pivot quickly. So it makes sense after new low and such a push above EMA to expect some pivot. I can mark it more aggressive, but when you're a novice trader, you should skip because in a situation like this, you're gonna get chopped most of the times because it's not really confirming much and you can't really read the structure just yet. So wait for the second entry long. They never form because you have micro. Can reset again, first entry long, and market continues to go higher. Okay, we keep trending higher. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw wider channel like this. Okay, because we keep pushing higher, we keep pushing higher. It looks like 2 legs up, but I'm going to draw wider channel and I'm going to wait for confirmation if I can get some confirmation set up. In the meantime, I'm going to redraw the downtrend. New high first entry long, second entry long. Of course, I cannot take. Downtrend is still in play. Breaking new low. You have double trap. Actually, this was a double trap. I didn't even realize it. But it's a double bar entry, which is not that big of a deal. Because you can see the first bar is very close to the previous bar. Actually, this is decent double trap. Downtrend played out with a break new low. It's confirming the wider uptrend more because double trap is a stronger setup. You can consider taking this double trap. It happened quite quickly, so I took this high low. Okay, I can see tiny bar. Now you have some massive spike into EMA, but you have downtrend break new low, push above EMA, uptrend is new high according to trendline rule. Such a small risk, only 1.5 points. I dropped the limit order. I got filled on this. This was my second trade for the day. It ended up being nice winning scalp. When the risk is so tiny, it's worth to be taking even those more aggressive trades. So high low to consider. Breaking new high, uptrend played out. So now I'm going to pause looking to go long. We have reversal working lower. But we have market pushing higher again. Okay, so now I'm going to redraw new uptrend like this. Okay, in hindsight, I like this high low. But when you're watching this live, it's not that easy to recognize because you would probably draw channel like this. I was on my break here. But it looks good in hindsight. But when you're watching this live, a little bit harder to consider. I'm going to redraw new uptrend once again. Why? Look at this downtrend. There is no new low. Spike down. Where is the follow through? Why are we pushing back above EMA? There is some bullish bias in the market. So this is how you can use the structure when channels are not getting new extremes and there's a pivot. It's telling you, okay, you can adapt to this bullish structure. And once again, if the structure is quite neutral, quite sideways, there's a very weak bullish uptrend. What you can do is you can consider right now just drawing these short-term channels and following the most recent price action. I have to redraw the short-term downtrend though. Okay. Breaking new extreme. And now we have a second entry short, new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure. Great high probability setup, great signal bar, uptrend is new high, at the EMA, great bar, everything played out, failed second entry short, great high probability setup. You're going to use the lowest point of the correction, first entry short, second entry short failure, unique new high. There is also a high low here. It's actually, yes, it's high low, new high, first entry long, second entry long. It's not double trap. Double trap needs to be the lowest point of the swing. This is the lowest point of the swing. It's above, so this is high low. Once again, not a bad trade, but after overshoot, it's in the middle of the EMA. You know, once again, not a bad trade if you took, no problem. This is safer trade. Great for second entry short. Would be nice to enter again, but there was no trigger on this second entry long. Uptrend played out again with the break and a new high. You have massive reversal down, so I'm going to draw a brand new downtrend. Simply following price action by using price action rules. I have small overshoot, so I can expect some stronger pullback. I'm going to redraw my uptrend. Can I get a lower high below EMA? I have a lower high above, bad bar, inside bar. Can I get a failed second entry long? Well, technically I had a failed second entry long right here, but look at the way it formed. You'd have to go short below bullish doji. Quite a bad signal bar. Had there been slightly better bar, some stronger pullback you can consider. Nothing much. New low first entry short. I mean, you can basically view this as the visual failed second entry. Long new high, first entry long big one, pullback, second entry long big one. It worked for a scalp, actually a decent scalp. So if you took it, I can see why. And now we're quite going sideways. We're quite low. We had overshoot so the bulls can step in the market. You can see this is what can happen. Buyers are back in. We're going very sideways. The market created new low and now it's about to close. So this is the overall structure for today. It actually ended up being a very nice trading day. The bias was very neutral, quite choppy, but a lot of decent trades. If you actually think about this, mainly as a scalpers, there are a lot of good trades for us to take. So surprisingly, it was pretty good trading day. You just have to be patient during few areas, but eventually you get presented few decent opportunities, and the trades were fairly easy to identify. So I hope you took advantage of them. You had a good trading day, and I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.